Oh shit. Shit's
Isn't that
going
something?
off left and right, left and right.
Isn't that something? A guy who doesn't drink learning how to make drink.
Right.
Yo,
Business though. Business.
yo, how
I,
you how you gonna know if the drink's any good, dog? Like,
I don't know. Someone gonna have
yo,
to taste it.
come on,
It ain't gonna
dog.
be me.
Yeah.
I
Oh
got a
man.
bar. I gotta learn how to make a drink for somebody eventually.
Yo, come on, for real. So, yo, Sparring Minds viewers, listeners, man, it's the boy Chef Maine and the boy Payne going on here. The brothers are running a little bit late. They're coming in hot, as they would say, is the term we would use around here for Friday night. So, welcome back. Um, and we were just laughing and joking, you know what I mean? But as you can see in our names, we've kind of changed it around. Today was the services this morning for the good brother Jason Murray, who unfortunately on November 4th, a few weeks ago, lost his life. And just a very tragic situation. We hate to start the shows off like this, but it's very much necessary, and I didn't stay the whole time because I had my cooking class at the Davis Leadership Academy and stuff today, so I couldn't stay for the whole thing, but I at least wanted to go and pay my respects, to him, his family, his mom in particular. And I want to give a shout out to James Murray, Jason, my God, James Lambert, because James Lambert, along with another brother from this father empowerment group that I just joined last month, and Ty Smith, good brother from down the Jazz, he plays down the OTL league. We got together and put some money together and brought Jason's mom and family some food this week. Just as a small gesture or something, just to show. But he had an enormous amount of love. The people that came out for him today, man, and this is tough. A lot of people were hurting for this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Payne, what do you have any thoughts, any memories, special times? Because let's try to think about some good times. You know what I'm saying, with Jason and stuff like that.
I mean, first off, like, rest in peace, Jay. And I was sad that I couldn't be there today. I didn't have any more time off from work because, when you're out for FMLA, they take all your sick days and all that. So, but it was such a good dude. That's why there was so much love. Like, when you're a genuinely good person, people can't help but to love you and, like, want to be around you and love your energy. Like, he was a really good dude. Like, I've never seen a bad side of Jay, and I've known him since just randomly bumping into him playing pickup ball throughout high school and then our adult lives, and him refereeing games in leagues that I was playing in or playing in the leagues I was playing in. So just a really good dude. And, like, people will tell me I'm a good dude, but I look at him like, yo, that's a good dude right there. Like, never seen anything negative from him, never heard a negative word about him from anyone else.
Nope.
I mean, so, and, like, just big, like, my condolences and respect to his family. But as good a dude as Jay was, he did talk a lot of shit while we was playing before and after the game. So that was one of the things, like, you could always look forward to, like, jokes with Jay after the game or even before the game. You know what I mean? So
word up.
Really good dude.
Nah, he definitely was. Man, I've known Jason, his family for a little bit, seeing that they live near my daughter and her family over in Roxbury. And yeah, man, I mean, just a good overall person, a good guy. I didn't even know he hooped. Like, that was the funny part. Like, I always saw him ref, like, that I had no idea that he even played basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
before he had knee issues when we were younger, he was athletic as hell.
I heard. I heard that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so I had the pleasure of, like, in an older state, of coaching him. You know, he played on my team down in OTL. And me and Josh, like, and just having a good memory. We're just talking last week, and he was telling me about, like, I think it was like 2 weeks prior to our last game, like how Jason was mad at me for, for what he felt like he didn't play enough in the game or whatever the case may be. Like, and I thought I saw something like that, but I didn't even notice, because I'm like, I never see Jason get upset or like anything, but I saw like a little bit of it. I was like, man, is Jay mad at me? That I was gonna talk to him about it. I was like, I said, Jay be all right. Jay cool. He ain't gonna, you know what I mean? He ain't gonna press the issue. And then maybe like a week or so later, he ended up being in the game in crunch time to help us win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a key defensive stop still, and then started bringing it up the court. And we like, yo, Jay, call time out.
He's just going.
And like he was about to turn it over. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like I say, it just shows like that even though he was upset, whatever the case may be, like, he still came and he still played, and he was a professional, and just, you didn't hear any gripes, and it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to play no more, nothing like that. And then it's like, oh, bam, look what happens a week. You come back and you win us a game, you know what I'm saying, versus the Lakers, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that was bittersweet in that, but it was super fun. And that's what I was just trying to find myself doing today, is just thinking of, like, you know, good times, you know what I mean? You know, just seeing him, just, you know, being around, like I said, just talking to him, because he was just a good dude, and had, like, his energy was really, really good, you know what I'm saying? And he was definitely loved, and he's gonna be missed. That was one reason why I asked the question. You know, I had a lunchtime sparring session. They come on every day. They vary between lunchtime. Sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 1. But I just posed a question about, like, how would you want to be remembered? You know what I'm saying? Like, and because a lot of stuff that's going on just got me, like, in my thoughts about thinking about, you know, death or whatever the case may be. And I was just, with his funeral on the horizon, I'm like, yo, he's gonna be mad loved. And I just hope that, you know, that when my time comes, that, you know, there will be love given out. You know what I'm saying? That I'll be remembered for, you know, more of the good things or whatever the case may be versus anything. You know,
like, that's one of the people that you want to have in your circle, those type of people. You know what I mean? Like, Jay will give you the shirt off his back in a blizzard, like, with no questions asked. Like, yo, you cold? Yeah. Like, that's the kind of person he was. And, like, I wasn't close with Jay like that, but from basketball and stuff like that, he was cool. And, like, I've always told him, like, the way he refereed, every referee should aspire to do it that way. He's very even keeled.
Yep.
And he will not tell you, oh no, this didn't happen or that did happen.
Well, that's
that overtime, man. I gotta turn that down. So, but nah, he would just explain something to you. So before he gives you a technical foul or he gets to that point where it can escalate, he's gonna explain to you, this is what I saw. And a lot of referees won't do that because ego gets in the way. Like, a lot of you young refs and the guys that he tried to get into the class, please go through and do that, and just keep in mind how Jay reffed and try to carry on that legacy and do him proud, because he really wanted to see everyone win. That's why he would try to get guys into that all the time.
Yeah, definitely was, from working at Gatorade and putting people on with those situations. You know what I mean? And just, yeah, man, like I said, just being a good overall, you know what I'm saying, person. You know what I mean? From you know, from the time I've known him, man. So just salute. And yeah, man, condolences to him and his family. And he's definitely
a guy like him just meeting a tragic end like that and had nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just another reminder, this shit gotta stop, man. Y'all are trying to kill other people. Y'all are killing people, innocent people, trying to kill someone, and you have no place trying to kill anyone in the first place. So now you've taken an innocent life while trying to take someone's life, which you shouldn't have been doing in the first place.
Right. And like, along the lines of kind of what the topic of the show, or not the topic, but the title of the show tonight is about, keeping the grass cut so the snakes would show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like Jason didn't embody anything like that. You know what I mean? He was that polar opposite of keep the grass cut. Like he was the guy that, no, you, like you said, you wanted that type of guy as your friend or stuff like that. You know what I mean? You knew that would be someone that will have your back. Again, even if you weren't like super tight or whatever the case may be, but if you knew each other and just, the one thing about the basketball community, and I know I'm getting on sports a little bit, in Boston in particular, that it's really, really tight knit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the best things about it. Actually, I wish the rap community is getting a little bit better, but I wish it was more like that. You know what I'm saying? With the basketball, because it's a pretty close. And again, when someone is lost in that community, usually they're celebrated, they're loved. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're lucky enough to be, loved like Jason, man, then you see a lot of the outpouring and stuff like that, like we saw today, and it's like I hate seeing people that I haven't saw in a minute, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Yo, it's good to see you. But I always got to throw in a disclaimer. I don't like the circumstance I'm seeing you under, but it's still good to see you nonetheless. You know what I mean? And you hate that it has to be at a funeral that you're seeing people, that you haven't saw in a minute and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I guess the other thing that I was saying with all this is just love yours. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and just show love to people as much as possible.
Yeah, for real. Like give your people their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
And just like it, like, so I lost my uncle a couple weeks before, actually the week before Jay lost his life. I lost my uncle. And I don't think I ever told him that he changed my outlook on how, not so much on how to dress, but just making sure you look good when you leave the house. You know what I mean? Like, he took pride in, like, he could go to the corner store and he'd have on slack shoes, his hair slicked back, and just looking like he was about to go to church or some kind of event. You know what I mean? So I'm like, as I got older, I peeped it. Like when I was younger, I didn't really pay attention to it. But as I got older, I'm like, he always looked like he's, you know what I mean, like going somewhere. So I want to, even though I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy, like I want to look all right when I'm going somewhere now. Like I'm like, yeah, nah. So just always give your people and I never got to tell them that. So that's where I was going with that. Like give your people their flowers now, like while you can, and stop waiting until a funeral or something sad to come together with your family and your friends.
Yeah, definitely. I echo those same sentiments, and I don't want to speak for Jones, Little, Hightower, but I'm sure those guys will echo those same sentiments exactly, in terms of just giving people their flowers, you know what I'm saying, and just showing love, you know what I mean, because it's a cold world, man. It's a cold world.
Yeah, it is, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we're gonna allude to, or what brought upon the title of the show, it's just about friendships and wolves in sheep's clothing and things you can't even see some stuff, and you're just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like it's tough. It's really, really tough. I just saw a friend of mine, I'm not gonna say her name, but unfortunately she put out a post saying there's a video going around with her daughter that was jumped at South Bay. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I hope it wasn't true. And if so, man, I just hope that, something is done about this situation, because this seems to be a trend. But it's about that time. So,
Hey yo, Donut White, no muzzle. Sparring Minds live every Friday. Let's go. Look, it's Sparring Minds. If you don't know the name, look us up. You know it's all facts when you got Chef Maine cooking up a couple of brothers who know all about the struggle, black excellence. You know we just work hard and hustle. Whenever you want that urban talk, you know we keep it real. Mr. Maritime on the mic. Yeah, you know the deal is real life. Hotel Hightower bringing you the feel. DJ Payne keep it 100. Matter of fact, keep it a mill. Let's go.
and then there was two.
Right.
Yo, what's going on, good people, Sparring Minds listeners, viewers? We back, and this is we'll call this the Dorchester edition of Sparring Minds. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. That means it's a nice clean edition, you know.
It's a nice clean edition, right? You know what I mean? Right now, before that we get polluted by Mattapan and Roxbury, you know what I'm saying? Nah, shout out to our brothers, man, Jones and Little and Hightower.
Yes, sir.
You know, hey, look who pops in. Look who pops in first. Hey, listen, Rick, y'all not gonna be trying to steal out. Y'all was Roxbury USA for years.
Right.
Forever, y'all was Roxbury USA. We not no Roxbury forever now. Nah.
Dorchester forever.
It's Dorchester forever. There's no Roxbury forever. But shout out to my guy Reek and Slim, Feed the Hood. I'm actually collaborating with them on Tuesday to donate some fried turkeys for their cause that they do. You know what I mean? You know, they do a lot of good things, but they're gonna feed a lot of families. Nah, come on, man. Yo, Reek. All I hear is people say Dorchester all day, man. They like, again, Roxbury people talk about us more than we talk about them, and that's a big fact right there. You know what I'm saying? But you my guy, you my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't on that right there. But salute to those brothers. They are feeding people hot meals on this Tuesday coming up. You know, with Thanksgiving, the holiday season, it's a lot going on, and just a lot of people are without. You know what I mean? So, you know, salute to those brothers for doing the good work in the community as far as feeding people. So, you already know how we rock. You already know that's no problem at all, my brother. That's a pleasure for me to make that happen with you, brother. So, salute.
Real quick, while we on the Feed the Hood thing too, on Sundays we have a box down at the Tobin.
Yes.
At the OTL Basketball League. Games start 9, 10, 11, 12, and 1. And there's a 2:00 game. Damn.
Yeah.
All damn day. But
right.
From between 9 and 2, come down there, drop off some canned goods, some non-perishables. You know what I mean? Like, help them feed the hood, man. Like,
right. Definitely help them feed the hood.
What up, bro?
What up? Now we've transitioned to the Belle Biv DeVoe version. There's many different layers of the Sparring Minds. Right. We just had the Dorchester version. Now we have Roxbury coming through, and now we've elevated to the Belle Biv DeVoe version. You know what I mean? So Little, as you were chiming in, as you just came in, we were talking about Feed the Hood, and Payne was talking about how people can come down and donate between 9 and 2. You know what I mean? You kind of got that thing jump started a few weeks ago. So is there anything you want to add to or speak on to as far as that?
Well, like I said, these guys, they're doing something real good in the hood. I think this is good for the community. I think, you know, what they've been doing, I think we could bring towards the Tobin Community Center. We have 150, you know, gentlemen that, you know, play there almost every weekend. You know, we're we can start doing our, give back to the hood, and whatnot. I was a little bit disappointed last week, but, we're going to keep going, and just hopefully it takes off.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a great showing last weekend, but, again, it was the first weekend, and again, I'm just asking anyone, $5 gift cards, toiletries,
anything,
clothing that's probably not been used ever, but you just want to get rid of it. Just anything. I mean, it's the holiday season. A lot of people need, come on down.
Yeah.
I'm a little, behind right now, so I'm trying to catch up. So,
okay.
I gotta go through the makeup stage and shit.
This guy.
Hmm?
This guy.
Can't come on. Chop lips and everything.
Yes. Speaking of makeup, we're talking about. I had an experience yesterday with makeup and all that. You know what I mean?
How did that go?
Dog, they definitely put some makeup on my face, dog. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And then they had something like, because my tattoo comes down to here, so they put like some makeup over that
to cover it up.
To cover up the whole thing.
Hold up, before you get into that, like,
but you know why they do that though, right?
Explain to them why you had to get makeup. Explain to them why you had to get the makeup.
So shout out to my boy D Laurent, who's on our show before, one half of Black Dollars. Shout out to my boy Newt Johnson. These are good brothers in the hood. So Boston Casting was doing something where they were coming in town and looking for male kitchen staffs because they're filming season 2 of Julia, which is on HBO Max, and it's about the upcoming of the world famous chef Julia Childs, who, if you were a kid, you were younger, you watched her on Cooking. I did. You know what I'm saying? So I was an extra on that. I was a male kitchen staff and had a couple cameos walking through. Shout out to Miss Deidre Henry. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's the lady who super dope, super cool personality. Like, she was super dope. That's the lady from the Popeyes commercial. And like she was just so cool and so down to earth, you know what I mean? So she was one of the cast members on the show. You know what I mean? So it was just a cool experience with cool people. And yeah, it's just a long ass freaking day. I tell you that much, boy.
You know what a cool experience would be?
13 hours.
Hearing Julia Childs getting fucked by somebody. That would be a cool experience. She has an interesting voice.
Jesus. Okay, all right.
God forgive him.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
why would you want to hear that?
Hear Julia? She has this.
She sounds like a flock of turkeys.
Huh?
She sounds like a flock of turkeys. Why would you want to hear that? Like,
I don't know. I just think it'd be a treat.
Yo, dog. Hey, Payne, I think we found out who the person who's always making the turns on the show.
Right.
Like, he didn't out himself as far as that. You know?
The detour, man.
Like,
it was rich.
But in all seriousness, season 2, Julia, episode 7, you know what I mean? You see your boy in there. I got a couple cameos walking through, whatever the case may be. So yeah, let's make a major pivot on that one. Since
we gotta get back on. We gotta get
what
back
up, Rick?
Man.
Wreak havoc. Did you speak to on my man Jay Murray today?
Yeah, man.
That was our whole
pre-show. That was a whole pre-show.
Yeah. So add your thoughts, the case may be. You know what I'm saying, on it. I don't know if you went to the service today.
No, I wasn't able to. My job loves me so much that, I mess around and call out too many times, I'm in trouble. So I definitely couldn't do it. We were real busy today. So but Jay definitely was a great human being. I met Jay over 20 years ago. We worked together, back at Staples. Jay's about 6, 7 years younger than me, but I thought he was just my age. The way he carried himself, he was just so mature. He definitely gave back to the hood. He helped out people, and you didn't even know Jay was doing certain things for the hood. The Gatorade stuff, I had no idea that was Jay. And all those years, I had no idea. Jay was such a great person that people were inboxing me from New York that worked with him out in New York. They would see him maybe twice a year from what, they were saying. And they felt so bad. Jay left such a great impression on them. He was just a great guy. It's unfortunate. I'm still kind of like in disbelief.
Yeah.
But that's just that's just my thoughts on everything. But I definitely wish I could have been there today.
I mean,
definitely.
He brought the city out today. The city came and paid homage to him and respect to him. And he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? He deserved a really nice, homecoming. And so, yeah, we just have to find some strength for his mom, you know what I mean? And his family, because that's a tough.
What Jay deserves is whoever did this needs to be brought to justice. That's what Jay deserves. That's what it is. And I don't know if you guys pay too much attention to it, but there's been a lot of murders going on in the city, and there's not been anybody getting caught for these murders.
Nope.
And I'm wondering, sometimes I wonder, is it just in the black community? Because, they're catching people out in other areas. I don't, a lot of these murders that are happening here, it just seems like, they go on forever and there's no one found guilty for these things.
So we're about to go somewhere else with it, but hey, I'm here for it.
We can go. That's.
I'm here for it. No, I mean, but part of that is, though, in that situation, if someone gets killed in front of a group of people, right?
Yep.
And from all intents purposes of what happened with this, that's what happened. He was killed in front of a bunch of people. So whoever was there and who saw that, is, you know what I mean? Because I'm getting I hear you, the police doing your job, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But if something happened and you see it, you're not saying something. And again, I know there's this whole no snitching policy, right? But that only applies if you're in the streets. I'm not sure if that applies to a regular law-abiding citizen.
And I think that's where motherfuckers get it mixed up, because a lot of these people are not gangbangers, and they're going by those type of laws. But you're not gangbangers. You're not out here in these streets.
Right.
So to me, it's kind of corny. So I would like to. Well, I mean, no, let me not go there. So I'll leave that alone. But
I'm just saying, he was killed in front of people who saw it.
And even so, suppose the people that saw it are in the streets. You know what I mean? You not coming forward for a guy that wasn't and had nothing to do with your street beef, if that's what it was, or you know what I mean? And you want to get street justice, that just keeps the shit going. This shit gotta stop, man. Fuck that street justice shit. Stop. Innocent people are dying, not the people that are involved with this shit. Y'all want to shoot each other? Go live on an island together and kill each other, for all I care.
So Daniel says there's fear. Do you feel like fear is the biggest reason why people don't come forward?
We kind of went through that when Feed the Hood was here, and that fear came up. That we brought up fear being part of that, but I don't know.
Yeah. So
motherfuckers with gun charges need to drop their ass in the army and send them over to wherever the fuck we fighting. Y'all want to shoot so bad? Here, go get paid for it and go shoot somewhere else where they're having a war at.
Yeah, definitely. It's so trying to make another pivot back the other way. A part of going into the title of the show tonight was keeping the grass cut. So unfortunately, and we're all fathers with daughters, and shout out to you brothers, because you brothers are not just fathers. You guys have the grand in front of you. You guys are grandfathers.
Yeah. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. It's great pop out here. Watch your mouth.
Carlton, shout out to my brothers. Come on, Payne. Put the clock. Music put on the every time. Put the clock in there.
Yeah. With it, man. It's still awkward, but it's really like thinking to myself, like, damn, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Word. But we all have daughters and stuff, and we entrust our daughters to be around people, friends. You try to school them to things, talk to them about stuff. And so unfortunately there was a young lady, and I'm probably going to butcher her name, Shanquella,
something like that.
Shanquella Robinson, who unfortunately went away on a trip with a group of friends. Everybody else came back. She never made it back for some reason. And there's a video going around. I refuse to watch the video because I just can't. It's been so much going on. I really have to just watch the intake of the negativity that I bring in sometimes. It just be so much going on. I gotta miss some of it sometimes. But there's a video of it where they're saying for the young lady to fight back. She's apparently
he's fighting one of the other people out there.
And so I mean, I just again, we all have daughters. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, as a father, like what's the first thing you thought of when you saw this story? You know what I'm saying? Like how to make you feel. So Little, I'll start with you and we'll just, you pass it over to Payne.
I mean, I tried my best, or at least I did, as my kids were like in their teens. I mean, the older two, they're in their 20s now. I tried my best to be around their friends, to know who they were dealing with, stuff like that. If I ever needed to catch up on my son or something like that, I can always, know who to kind of ask the right questions to. But for the most part, like, I mean, I don't know, man. For the most part, my daughter, she's always had good friends. I mean, they've always been kind of like her, in the books, just people that just want to do better, stuff of that nature. So I've never really had to deal with that. Zoe's a little bit different. Zoe looks like she's gonna be out there like I was out there as a kid. Zoe looked like she wanted to be in the hood, the way she be talking to me. So I really don't know right now how to answer this question. But
I mean, just how would you feel if that's your daughter in the video?
If that was my daughter,
if that's your daughter, like, how would you feel?
Well, right now you wouldn't be talking to me. I'll be in the jail somewhere because, I don't know the full story, but I thought she went away with friends. Mm-hmm. And you know how we are. When we go out as guys, we go together. Right. We don't separate. We don't separate. We make sure we know where each other are. Like when we went to the trip to Jamaica, it was crazy out there. We had guys in the bushes with machetes and stuff. We were going on that little what was that we were doing? What was that excursion we were doing? Like we stayed together.
Not just the excursion. We were on like buggies, like we were on motorbikes, like up in the woods and stuff like that with people from Jamaica. We could have lined up. You know what I'm saying? For all we know. And so my whole thinking was, these are my brothers. No matter what,
whatever go down, because we didn't know where we were going. Like they opened up some big gates and we were going up some hill all the way up. Like it's like, yo, we just gonna have to fight. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're together. None of the people I'm going there with, I'm not gonna do my best to protect. And for this to have happened to her, like it was just crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Like, so.
Like, what's the full story? Because I don't even know the full story. Like, was it like people that befriended her and she thought they were friends of hers, but they were really setting her up to get her ass whipped or something like that?
And that's what I feel like. I feel like the whole shit was a setup for them to jump her or some shit like that. So in the video, it shows her, one girl attacking her, and her literally, like Daniel said in the video, she's refusing to fight back. And there's a dude holding the camera saying, damn, at least fight back. Like, what kind of shit is that? Why are you holding the camera telling her to fight back instead of
trying to break it up?
I feel like those people that she went there with set her up and went like to some crazy ass lengths to do that shit. Like, and they may have just intended to like beat her up or something like that, but it went too far. But either way, I don't give a damn. All 6 or 7 up, however many of them.
They broke her neck.
Yeah.
It wasn't a girl.
Wait, so what? I did see something where it said the girl that she was fighting was born a guy or something like that.
Jesus.
But that shit is terrible.
Thank you, Maya. Appreciate that. Because I'm not.
Like you said, Sammy, I'll be locked up right now.
Yeah, I'll be locked up. Everybody be dead right now.
There ain't no fucking way. And like I'll tell my daughters in a minute if I don't like their friends. Like I don't like, there's something about them I don't like. And usually if your parents tell you they don't like your friends, or if they're kind of iffy on you going out with some so-called friends that they never met, please listen to them.
I mean, we've been there.
They're never wrong.
I mean, we've been there. We know those vibes because we've been there.
It's tough for our kids to listen to us, though. They don't want to.
When they get to a certain age, man.
Well, I mean, I think every generation goes through that. Like when we were their age, like listening to they just want, I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think everyone goes through that, but like, please listen. Like, I'm pretty sure her parents were kind of iffy about her going on this trip if they didn't know them people.
She was being beat up by a man. That explains why her neck was broke. Jesus Christ.
I'm charging all of them with murder.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All of them are getting charged.
No one gets a lesser sentence. Everybody's getting the same sentence.
The person holding the camera is getting charged. Everybody's getting charged.
They all stood around and watched.
And they're going to say that she died of alcohol poisoning. Right. Yeah, they're all getting charged. And if they're not getting charged, believe me, if that was my kid, they're all getting hunted down.
And don't put them in jail here. Put their ass in jail in Mexico. That shit's way worse than American prison.
How do you know, Payne?
I've heard.
Okay.
I've seen pictures. I've heard, like, that shit. Like, American jail compared to foreign countries is like a fucking hotel.
Jesus, thought you were in Mexico or something. I was like,
hey, how you doing?
Payne said that like, okay. But no, man. I mean, I echo those same sentiments as you guys. I would be in jail or somewhere because, yeah, that's just, on so many levels.
You gotta be careful. That friend word is thrown around way too loosely. Like, people be ready to call someone a friend that they've known for like a month, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's thrown around way too loosely. People trust the wrong people. Like, I think was it the mirror time? Like when Sammy wasn't here, I said being a bad judge of character starts with something to the effect of being a bad judge of character comes with falling in love with the worst side of yourself. Like if you have bad character, you're gonna pick bad people to be around. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta start looking inward too on that to keep your grass cut. Like, am I the best version of myself?
Well, I That is great too, but I also think that sometimes you can have people around you in some situations who maybe can start to envy you for some strange reason, whether that be in like some sort of success you may be having or something, you know what I'm saying, along those lines where it's like, wait a minute, like, you know, like damn, bro, like what's the deal? The energy and stuff like that could change. So I agree definitely about, you know, looking into yourself and what kind of person you are. But again, sometimes you could just have people around you that you just don't know, to just have a thing. You're like, damn, what the fuck I do? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's all this beef for? Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially you want to take someone on a trip and line them up and like beat, like that's crazy. That's some other shit, dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, do you think young people nowadays are too naive to that, and they feel like everyone's their friend and stuff? Because
I mean, I think that's how everybody starts off until they start seeing. I mean, because I was like that. I'm pretty sure y'all were like that growing up until certain bad things started happening, and then you started seeing other people in predicaments. Like, we don't start off realizing, I mean, what goes on in the streets until certain things happen. You know, I've always been friendly. Anybody that's known me as a kid, they've known I've always had friends. I've always, you know, whether or not my face shows it, I've always been, you know, inviting, you know, and whatnot. But once people get to know me, they're just like, oh, he's down to earth, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But you know, we're all naive to until bad things start to happen to us and we start learning from it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
yeah.
And like in your case, in my case, I'm not really too sure about Kamani. I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe so. I mean, because I've not known Kamani as long, but I've watched you all raise your kids. Kamani's kids were already grown by the time I actually, you know, really got to really know Kamani. I knew Kamani growing up,
right?
But you know, I watched your kids and you know my kids. Like, I've never put them onto the streets. They've never been around the places I've been around. So I already knew once they start seeing things out in the streets, they're just, you know, they're like a deer in headlights. Like, my kids are always just nice. They're just whatever, you know, and stuff like that. They, you know, they learned as time went on. But, you know, like your daughter, you know, I remember when things were starting to happen with her at school, and she was just like, and you know, like not understanding why are people acting this sort of way, and that's because you know she, you know, because of the way she came up, she wasn't put on to the bad things and stuff like that. So, you know,
kids always, your kids, your daughters, sometimes they always want to see like the good in situations or people or whatever the case may be. And I noticed that when I try to talk to my daughter about like little friends that I'm like, yo, be aware of this, watch out for this. It's like, oh, but daddy, you're not a girl. You're not going to say, like, what does me being a girl have to do with anything of just being able to identify with what a good person may or may not be, and just saying like, yo, just pay attention. Just always be paying attention of what's going on around you, who's going, what they're saying, what they're doing, and what they may be trying to get you into. You know what I'm saying? Like, just always be around. Because I tell her, like, you're going to have to see some stuff for yourself, because you're not going to believe me what I'm saying. You're going to think I'm always trying to be like her. And I'm like, yo, I just want you to be aware of your surroundings and aware of the people around you, and just pay attention.
Yeah, because you're not always going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I need you to be able to handle yourself mentally with these people. Because like you said a couple comments ago, people are fucking trash and miserable. So you don't know what their intentions are. They might be doing something, having you do something with them with a selfish intent behind it. What the hell is that? But Deanna brings up a good point too. Social media created this casual environment. People meet online and think, "Oh, that's my friend." Not always.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. You're absolutely right, Maya. And I definitely have plenty of conversations with my daughter and stuff. So I give you a funny story. So she tells me the other day that there's gonna be like a big fight between two girls, right? two Caucasian girls are gonna have a fight.
Oh, okay.
And so they're all grouped up. They're all gonna meet in the bathroom to fight. And she's like, "Oh, I want to go, whatever the case may be." And I'm like, "Why do you want to go?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I just want to see the fight." I'm like, "But," so I'm like, "So you just want to go to see a fight?" I'm like, "But if a principal or someone comes in the bathroom, I'm like, yo, everybody's getting in trouble.
All of y'all in trouble.
Like they're not just going to exclude you because you're not fighting. So you think because you're not fighting, but you're still there, that go ahead, Kayla, go to class." I'm like, no, you're gonna get in trouble too. And I'm like, if you're gonna get in trouble, I respect it. She was being honest. I definitely respect it. But I'm just trying to tell her, I'm like, yo, like, you don't need to go. I'm like, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna call us up there. And then what if they pull you into the office and say, "Hey, did you notice that in the third?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about the position you could put yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want to. I could just tell as I was talking to her that she really wasn't hearing nothing that I was saying. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right. I said, well, go ahead and get your ass suspended for a couple of days. I said, and then you'll learn your lesson from it. Because I'm like, come to the school for you getting suspended is because someone was messing with you and you knocked someone out, not just being there just to be a part of the fight, just to say I was there.
And now you're in trouble in school and at home because your ass didn't listen to me.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's tough for these kids now because they know you're their parent, but they forget that you were once their age.
Went through the shit.
Yeah.
Went through the same shit. And they just trying to say because I'm a guy and you're a girl, like it's any different. Like, no, we just avoided different stuff. But
I've told my daughters and my nephew this for years. Like, I'm a prankster, of course, so everyone knows that. But they would try to pull pranks on me, and I'm like, yo, I've done all this stuff. Like, and then just life stuff that I'm telling y'all, like, oh, how did he know that? Or how do you know that? I wasn't born 45 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I went through that shit. You know, it's like, we've seen this. I'm not telling you shit because I want to ruin your fun or shit like that. I'm telling you because I've seen it. Either I've seen it myself or I've seen someone go through it, which is why, like, I tell them, like, yo, you know this? I have, like, only a few friends of mine that you've met. Like, everyone's not my friend. They're good associates, but everyone's not your friend. You have to know who your friends are and move accordingly. Like, that buddy shit with everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely be trying to, and I'll be telling about a couple girls. I'm like, I don't know, man. You gotta watch that one. Whatever, daddy. Like, I'm like, all right, like, okay. Talk to your mama. Talk to your mama. She a woman. Maybe you'll believe her if she says it. Because coming from me, you're just like, I'm like, all right, okay. Yeah. I don't want to be like, hate to say I told you so. You know what I'm saying? You know, but
I hate to be that parent. Like, see, I told you.
Well, that's the parent I am, and my kids hate it. That's why they don't tell me nothing no more. The older two, they don't tell me nothing because I'm quick with the petty. I'm quick with the I told you so. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah.
See, they know my I told you so is like if they tell me something that I warned them against, I get quiet. Like, oh, okay. I told you.
I talk shit.
Yeah. I think sometimes, again, you can handle it how you're saying or how you're saying. Either way is good to handle because sometimes they need the harshness of you. Like, see, I was trying to give you a warning ahead of time for it, but you just.
I was trying to put you onto some knowledge, like. It is what it is. You know, I'm real petty and sarcastic with it, but I was trying to keep you. I was trying to protect you. It is what it is.
Protect you from yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and from me talking about you later on.
Yo, it's stupid. Sometimes they don't need that though, man. Like that shit just it adds to it.
Listen, as a parent, I can see why my mom used to be mad at me. Because these little niggas aggravate the shit out of me. So I understand now. So this is my way of kind of diffusing my anger. I gotta be sarcastic. I gotta be real petty. You know, as opposed to sitting there and just being real angry at them because I told them not to do something, they still went ahead and did it. So that's just my way of being nice about it. Just being a little bit different.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, no, definitely, because again, even that, like, I'll just give her a lesson about something if I say something to her, because I understand that she's just going to have to experience some things in life, and I'm not going to be around for a lot of it. And so sometimes I'm just like, yo, I'm just trying to help prepare you for situations where you may have to think on the fly, think on your own, dial back to a conversation we had to just put things in perspective. Because again, there's some things that the only way they can learn is by experience. Now, God forbid, it's a situation like this poor young lady where she doesn't even get a chance to live another day to kind of have a learning experience. You know, this was her experience, and unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, her life was tragically taken by people that she thought was her friends. But unfortunately, they had just an ulterior motive for whatever reason against her for what? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
whatever
I mean,
what's that wasn't worth someone dying. Whatever it wasn't worth somebody dying. Like,
right.
That's crazy.
That's all I'm saying. Like, that's super tragic. You know what I mean? And again, as a father of a daughter, I would be insane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a situation like that, just live it. Just, you know, and also wanting to just putting the word out there, just so that people can be aware of this kind of stuff, you know, because it seems to be now in this day and age where it's happening a lot, where people use fake friendships or social media to use to try to lure people in to get them somewhere just to attack them. And that's just insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's corny. It's sad. Grow the fuck up.
Right. This lady, what was she? Mid-20s?
I think she was like 22 or something. It was something young. She was really young. Like I think she was still in college. She went to Winston-Salem or something like that. That's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, I don't even like to think about it. Like, I didn't even watch the video. Like, I didn't, you know, because I picture my daughter like so I mean they're about the same age, but I'm just like, nah.
I made the mistake of watching it. It's only about 13 seconds long, but the video itself isn't more than a fight. Like, I thought it was two girls fighting, but according to Maya, it was a guy. I couldn't tell because it was kind of grainy.
Yeah.
The intent behind the video, like when you know what happened, and then you see all these people like with phones, like there's a guy with a phone out, and then you can see someone with a phone next to him, kind of out the corner of it, and y'all are just sitting around watching this shit, and then telling her, like, egging her on to fight back. Like, that shit set me off. Like, that shit sent me to the moon. Like, I had to like really. I was on lunch when I watched it. I had to like chill out for a second.
Fight back, but y'all know that this is a motherfucking dude over here, and y'all want her to fight back. Interesting.
It was a guy that said that too.
Wow. These youngins, man, it's just different, man. It's just different, So yeah, please, parents, keep just advising your children, whether they're little ones, whether they're adults, whatever the case may be. You can never stop being a parent, especially with things like making sure you're aware of your surroundings and who you're around and who you're letting into your space and your circle and things like that. Because it's, you just never know who's really a wolf in sheep's clothing or who's a snake hiding behind the grass.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate, man. We're up against the clock a little bit. Yeah, definitely. I'm with you, Maya. Same thing. And I got one. I'm not like these brothers here with the machine guns shooting the club up.
That's that man down there.
Here we go.
These Sean Poe and Diddy people over here.
Oh man.
Yeah, episode 122, man. Keep the grass cut. Jones was hot, you know what I mean? So we didn't even get a chance to see him show up tonight. But I shout out to Jones, shout out to HT. We are off next week. So happy turkey.
But before we do that,
yes,
it's like looking in a mirror. Not.
It's mirror time with my man Sam Little, aka Mr. Mirror Time.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the judgment of the fall? There was a rumble double. 5 minutes it lasted. The mirror said, "You are, you can see the back."
Oh, we haven't used that in a minute.
Yeah, we haven't. Today's mirror time. A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find, but lucky to actually have. And that's how I'll leave that. But yeah, you definitely need all them clovers that you can have.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely need them all.
That's a fact.
It's a crazy time right now.
Yeah. So like Maine said, we off next week.
Mm-hmm.
Got game night tomorrow. Friendsgiving. So, and like I said, I extended the offer to our listeners last week. So anybody interested, just inbox me and let me know what you can bring, and I'll let you know.
So this is open to everybody.
Our viewers.
Oh, okay. The viewers.
Yeah. So
because I was asking, I was like, it was just our Sparring Minds guys, So I just wanted to, because I wasn't clear on that.
Little, you finally gonna make that black rice you've been telling me you're gonna bring?
You know what? I haven't made that black rice in a little while.
We need some rice because Sandy just backed out on me, but we'll talk about that off camera.
Okay. Yeah.
Man.
We got our 2 weeks off, so
2 weeks.
Oh, we got 2 weeks off.
No, 1 week. I'm sorry.
No,
My fault. Just Thanksgiving. My fault.
Okay, so we got next Friday off. Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and we'll be back the following week.
Yeah. So Black Friday, go out there, enjoy yourself, shop till you drop. You know what I mean?
And I wear a size 11.5 in sneakers.
Please, nobody buy this guy. This guy has a bed that hovers up like this right here with a bunch of like sneaker things attached to it that he just picks up. Is color coordinated. It's crazy, guys. So no one buy paint sneakers. Never, ever. It's got enough to last.
And for those still willing to donate to Feed the Hood, I'll continue to sit there and shout out week after week. We'll be at the gym Sunday, Tobin Community Center. I don't actually remember the address right now, but we'll be at the Tobin Community Center from 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock. Come on through, drop off whatever you can, canned goods, unused clothing, toiletries, and definitely hit up the guys, from Feed the Hood, let them know that it's down there and have them pick it up.
Yeah.
Let's just get better each week and,
I'm definitely
do some community shit for once.
right.
Let's not just speak it, let's do it.
And so also too, shout out to the Good Brothers Feed the Hood. We are in a collaboration this coming Tuesday to feed some needy families with the holidays. So I am donating 2 turkeys to Feed the Hood.
That's dope.
Cook up for them. So feed some families and things with the holiday season. Nobody should be left behind with a meal or anything like that. You know what I mean? So definitely doing a good thing. So yeah, Tuesday I'll have the flyer posted. I've already been posting it up. And one quick shout out on a sports note that I happened to catch before we came on, and I want to give a salute. So shout out to Coach Johnny Williams, who was the coach at Tech Boston High School, championship coach. He is now taking over the head boys basketball team at Brookline High. So I thought that my nephew goes to Brookline High. So I thought
so he's leaving Tech Boston?
He's leaving Tech Boston and he is going to Brookline High. He's won championships. He's kind of done what he needs to do there. Have some guys in place to kind of keep that legacy going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he coached my little cousin Shamar. Yeah, Shamir to a champ, if I'm not mistaken, a few years back. Yeah.
Yep. So shout out to Coach Johnny Williams. It's a great guy, good brother, and wish him nothing but the best over at Brookline High School.
Keep striving. Oh, and don't forget about Dre Barboza over there at RCC doing a heck of a job.
Shout out to Dre Barboza, RCC doing this thing. Shout out to Terrence Favors over at Emmanuel College doing his thing. You know what I mean? So even though there's been a lot of negativity going on, there's still some positive things in the hood that we can talk about and at least be happy about. And again, like me and Payne was saying in pre-show, just giving people their flowers and saluting them on doing the good work. You know what I mean? So episode 122.
Yep. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all after Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays, happy Turkey Day, whatever you want to call it. You dig?